Hello and welcome to Chuck's Culture Channel, your home for lively conversation on the lively arts in St. Louis and beyond. And today my guest is Chris Cox, aka the Mentalist. There he is on stage, as you can see. He's part of the national tour of the Illusionists' Magic of the Holidays. They'll be here in St. Louis at the Fabulous Fox on December 7th and at a town near you throughout the month of December 2024. Check the video description field below for more information. The Illusionists is a high-gloss, fast-paced magic show with multiple performers, every one of whom is an international star in their own right. Chris Cox is described as a multi-award-winning mind reader who can't read minds, and the only mind reader in history to have played New York's Broadway, London's West End, and Sydney Opera House, having been seen live by over 750,000 people worldwide. Not shabby. I'll be back with Chris in about 10 seconds to talk about magic and how it can bring us all together right after this. Okay, so Chris, the first thing I should let everybody know is I'm not going to ask you to read my mind on Zoom.
I'm already doing it, and I know what you're thinking, and I'm flattered. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, well, let's keep that between ourselves, shall we? But seriously, you bill yourself as the mind reader who doesn't read minds. Is that because some people actually don't understand that it's a trick? I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think for me, it's all about it being honest in the dishonesty, I suppose. It's the idea of being a mind reader who can't read minds. We know no one can read minds, but what I do is I use all sorts of techniques, including magic and psychology and body language and influencing and devilish good looks. And obviously lying. Lots of lying to make you think that I know what you're thinking. And I think it's just much more fun that way.
Lying is an important part of the business. As we know.
Very, very much so. As a magician, that is your life.
Yes. That's kind of one of the wonderful things of magic is that you and the audience enter into an unspoken compact where you say, look, I'm going to deceive you. I'm going to pretend to do things that are impossible, and you're going to pretend to believe it, and we'll all have a good time.
Exactly. And that's the weird thing about mentalism and mind reading is it is the one form of magic really where there is an element of doubt and you're going, well, I know this is a trick, but also it seems pretty real. And I love that game we play, you know, whenever we go to the theater, whether we're seeing a musical or a play or a show like The Illusionists, we enter into the spirit of the game of like, if you go see a musical, you're like, okay, I'm going to pretend that you are not an actor playing the role of Mufasa or Alexander Hamilton or Alphaba, and we are going to pretend we are not an audience watching it. We're going to invest in the story and believe what we're seeing. In the same way with a magic show, you enter into the game, and that game is that we're going to try and do impossible things which aren't possible, but make them look like possible. And you're going to try to enjoy that, work it out, be amazed, have fun, laugh. We're just all there for the same reason, which is to kind of have for us to provide entertainment and for an audience to be entertained.
Who else is in the show with you? Because I know from having seen The Illusionists before that the cast can vary even from night to night. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So from the original Broadway production, you've got me and Kevin James, who is one of magic's greatest inventors. And then we have a guy called David Williamson, our trickster. And if you ask any magician, their favorite magician, most people will say David Williamson. He is utterly brilliant, incredibly hilarious. He will, you know, I think one of the real tricks of the show is people don't expect it to be as funny as it is, and you will laugh your socks off. Hopefully your festive socks, because it's Magic of the Holidays. And David will provide that. Then all the way from Spain, we have the incredible Pablo, who does this amazing trick. And there's one of my favorite things of the show is just before the intermission, I could go and sit in my dressing room if I wanted. But instead, I always sit in the wings and I listen to the audience reactions at the end of Pablo's tricks. And you just hear this giant gasp of amazement followed by excited kind of laughter from everyone. It's wonderful. And then we have fellow Brit James Moore, who's like the James Bond of magic, who with our incredible dancer Eloise, all the way from Australia, the stuff they do, like I watch it every night and I'm still not entirely sure how it works. It's amazing. And we have like a full production within the show. So you've got this incredible cast and then these amazing lights and sound and videos that give you like a real treat where even if it's the smallest close-up magic, you see it big on the screen and it feels like it's right in front of you.
And that's great because that was always one of the weak spots of the traditional magic show. You're in a huge theater, and if you're going to do a close-up effect with cards, coins, it didn't read. People couldn't see it. So this is where modern technology comes in really handy, I think.
Yeah, it gives everyone a front row view. I like to think of it as we upgrade you all to first class.
It's billed as the Illusionists' Magic of the Holidays. What is it about this magic that's going to be done that makes it holiday?
Well, for a start, there's all the holiday cheer you could want, from our costumes to the design to the holiday music throughout. But also, the joy of the holidays is it fills us with magic and makes us feel like a kid again. And that's exactly what a good magic show does, is it fills you with a sense of awe and wonder and anything being possible. And it kind of fills up your Christmas and your holiday cheer inside you. And it's lovely seeing everyone leave the theater with big smiles on their faces and reconnecting with their friends and their family, and seeing everyone from kids to parents to grandkids to date nights to office parties. And I always think like a magic show is a really good date night, and a holiday magic show especially, because after it you can go and get a hot chocolate together, get some cocoa, and sit and discuss and try and work out how it was done.
Yes, very good. Couldn't agree more. This brings up another question. I used to be, as I said before I started recording, a magician many years ago in my feckless youth, and I never even contemplated trying to do a mentalist act because it struck me as very difficult and risky. What got you into doing what I personally think is one of the most high stakes form of magic?
You hit the nail on the head in that it is very difficult and very risky. And I feel like I'm walking a tightrope every night, because you give someone the chance to change their mind. And if they do, the whole trip could be totally ruined. But for me, I think like the joy of mentalism is that it's so much his performance, and it's different every night because it only works with the people I invite on stage or the people in the audience who are helping me out. And it's only them and their minds. So therefore, every day it's a real challenge for me to make everything work, and it's always slightly different. And that's kind of the fun and the fear in it. And I think the audience sort of can gravitate towards that and realize the kind of the risk that you're taking to make this stuff work and make it be as amazing as it can be.
And that reminds me, back in the day, I used to do a lot of kid shows. So do you involve kids in the act at all?
Yeah, I do bits with, I have kids, I pick people at random, so it can be anyone. And also in the show, we have David Williamson, who does the most incredible routine with a bunch of kids, and Kevin James does some great stuff. So we've involved everyone from the young to the old in the show. And it's always, it's people think, oh, reading a kid's mind must be easy. It is so much harder to read a kid's minds than an adult's mind.
It is much harder to fool kids, I recall.
Yes, very much so. They are really watching you.
But why is it, do you think, that they still love magic so much? What is it that really attracts it to kids, do you think?
I think it's that idea that as a child, you believe anything is possible still, and you believe in the magic of the holidays and all those things. And magic tricks allow you to see a visual representation of that belief. And as we get older and we get more cynical and we realize that, oh, okay, people can make us think this or make us do that, you kind of lose that magic. And the joy of coming to something like the Illusionist Magic of the Holidays is that it ignites that magic back inside you. And you feel that that passion again, and that idea of anything is possible, and that wonder that you kind of miss from day-to-day life.
Oh, I love that. Anything is possible. If there was ever a time when we needed to believe that, I think that time might be now. So
Yeah, exactly. And also it's that thing of, the show brings everyone together, and it's so much fun. I don't think people expect it to be as funny and as warm-hearted as it is. And everyone just leaves, we're all there for the same reason, just to have a great, fun evening, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from. And that's what we deliver night after night across America. It's a real joy to get to do that, and a privilege.
yeah, sounds like a very family-friendly show in the best sense of the term.
Exactly. It's the thing you go, it's a family show, but that does not mean it's a kid's show. It's a show for everyone. There is something there, no matter who you are, no matter what your age, there is something designed for you to get something out of that show.
Okay, Chris Cox, thanks very much for taking a little time out. I know we had a little trouble finding a Wi-Fi spot for it before we started. I'm glad that worked out. And to everybody in St. Louis watching this, of course, you'll see Chris and the rest of the crew on December 7th. If you live somewhere else, go to the Illusionists website, which I will have down below here in the video description field, for tickets to find out when you can see Chris and the other Illusionists at a city near you. Is the holiday show running basically through December?
Yeah, we run till the end of December, so the holiday spirit is alive and well until December 31st, and then we shut it down.
Oh,
But I'm very excited to be at the Fabulous Fox in St. Louis because Chris Cox at the Fabulous Fox is the perfect rhyme.
so check it out. Check out other illusionist shows. Go to their website, and happy holidays to you all. And Chris, thanks very much.
Thanks for your time, Chuck. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.